Let it rain. Do, 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 dee, do, 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 do. You know what it is. It's Lysol rain.
It ain't right. Y'all have a good night.
All right now.
Yes. Drive safely, Mama.
Look at that. Look at that. It's a mess. It's a complete mess. It's a day's worth of spittle and saliva. A day's worth of it.
This is the people's. This is the people's.
I will turn them up.
The people's are
for transformation, education in our homes, in our schools, and in our communities. Education
That's me, that's me, that's me.
We are here to talk about why we must learn.
KBLA Talk 1580 is for discerning listeners just like you. So tell all your friends you discovered the talk station curating smart content for smart people. With KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your life.
What up, y'all?
Let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
They should cut me a check. A smoke bomb.
Some people use the phrase holding the space, which sort of eludes me. What do people mean when they say that, holding the space? Well, people mean a lot of different things when they say things, even when they say the same thing. So we'll just tell you what, if we were standing in your physical shoes and we used the phrase holding the space, this is what we would mean. We would mean, I've been for a while caring about how I feel. And I've come to understand about the laws of the universe and about my inner being, of whom I'm an important part, and about my emotional guidance system. And I've been practicing. I've been segment intending. I've been getting out ahead of. I've been pre-paving, pre-planning in many of the ways that we've talked about here today. And I have found a pretty consistent way of being, of feeling good, of feeling a variety of emotions, but they are usually, I feel appreciation or eagerness or love or interest. That's where I hang out. That's my space. And so what that does for me, sometimes it affects the space I stand in. Sometimes I can walk into a space that isn't like that, and because I've practiced it so well, I can permeate the space with my beingness and tip the balance of that space into something that feels really good to anyone in that space, or to most everyone in the space. Or you could say, I like feeling like that, and so I do it just because I know it's my point of attraction. Or you could say, because I understand that one who's connected to all of this is more influential than millions who are not, I want to use my influence for helping others find that space too, because it feels so good.
Ladies and gentlemen, your brother, Zoe Williams. I'm going to keep this classroom open. It's a classroom on the radio airwaves. I'm going to keep it open. Because you guys know, I'm very heated, and I've been very heated for years. But in the past few months, the temperature has begun to just boil over. Because I know one thing about people getting things done. You know, like building pyramids, building libraries that the whole world comes to read from. It takes unity. Unity can't exist without respect. Respect can't exist without consideration. Consideration cannot exist without love. I love you, so I respect you. I love you, so I consider you. I love you, so I stand with you. And I'm saying all of that to say, just looking at today's landscape of relationships, I see that many of us are bereft of the requisite tools needed in order for those relationships to have any staying power. We stay because it's cheaper to keep him or her. We stay because we've come this far and ain't nothing else out there. I can't do no better than this. We stay for all the silliest reasons in the world. So today's topic is centered on a concept that I believe every relationship needs to add to its repertoire. Ladies and gentlemen, how to develop a 5-star relational bedside manner. You heard me talk about a relational bedside manner yesterday. Nurses, right, in the hospital can make or break someone's stay based on how they treat the patient. Bedside manner, respect, consideration, caring, empathy, all of those things make for a great nurse or doctor's bedside manner. But what about your relational bedside manner. A riveting look at the concept of holding space for your significant other while they process hardship. Ugh. Do you know how many people struggle with this? I struggle with this. I'm not perfect. You know, I always got to lead with that. Oh, so he's intelligent, he's smart, he's the voice of reason. No, he's flawed. He's flawed just like you. And that's why we're holding each other's hand through this process so we can gain a better understanding. How to develop a 5-star relational bedside manner. A riveting look at the concept of holding space for your significant other while they process hardship. Man, I tried to hold space and I found out that I was a little bit selfish. 1-800-920-1580. Somebody call me. I'm ministering to people tonight, and I know I'm ministering to some of you out there. How can we hold space for those we care about, especially a significant other? Right? I want to know. 1-800-920-1580. You already know. Non-judgmental space. I want to hear your perspective. This is an open conversation, not a dialogue or a monologue, excuse me. How do you hold space for your significant other in your relationship? What does holding space in a relationship mean? What is an example of holding space for someone? What does holding space mean spiritually? Why is holding space so important in an intimate relationship? What is the opposite of holding space? Here's another one I'm very guilty of. I'm guilty. I'm selfish, okay? I'm going to say it. I've been very selfish. When Spirit called me to my highest place, I got a little selfish and got sidetracked. 1-800-920-1580. Listen to this. How can I hold space for myself, for my significant other, without trying to fix their problem? 1-800-920-1580. Get on the phone. I need to hear from you. What is the opposite of holding space? Yes or no? Holding space for your significant other means being present without judgment or silent demands of your significant other. When we come forward, I'm opening up the phone line. You wanted to talk about it. This is what we're going to do. We're going to bring us up to speed on how to cultivate relational bedside manner.
The reason that we're here.
Ooh. Hey, I want to say this. Everybody who ordered a book yesterday, I mailed it today. All right? We still pushing those books. You want a book? You get a free coaching session with me. You want a book? Order it right now. Go to my website, MrZoWhat.com. Anybody that orders a book, The Shrouded Lighthouse, order The Shrouded Lighthouse. Mods, admins, please post the link. The link and the instructions. If you order a book from me, The Shrouded Lighthouse, you will get a 1-hour coaching session on me for free. The coaching session is $300 typically. All you got to do is order the book, MrZoWhat.com. Once you order the book, then email me a snapshot, right? A snapshot of your digital receipt to VOR106@gmail.com. That's VOR106@gmail.com. Once you do that, we can start cooking. I will reach out to you and we will begin to schedule. I got coaching sessions this weekend lined up. This is something you don't want to miss. This is something you don't want to miss. All right? So, get at your bro. Get at your brother. Can we get 20 orders today? We got 9 yesterday. Can we get 20 today? It's 50 people in here. Go to MrZowat.com and order your copy of The Shrouded Lighthouse, and you will receive 1 hour free coaching session with me. Get at me. Yes, it will be autographed and a personalized message. Ladies and gentlemen, my playlist is my co-host. You already know how we do. That's a perfect record to illustrate that we're all works in progress. But sometimes our mess has to be put to the side so we can show up for our significant other if and when they ever go through a hardship, an emotional hardship, a familial hardship, right? A professional hardship. We got to be able to show up without all our stuff. Oh, man, I'm guilty. 1-800-920-1580. True or false? Having enough emotional intelligence to decide when to hold space is key. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Have you struggled with holding space for your partner when they were in a knockdown, drag-out fight with Satan? Is what? Satan? Yes. Right? When life becomes your toughest opponent. Were you selfish in that moment? When you were supposed to be holding space? Were you selfish? It happens to many of us. Don't be mad. Don't be upset, right? It happens to a lot of us. And listen, if your partner loves you and you love them, you might be able to get through it. People are asking, what does holding space mean? Holding space means, listen, holding space means being physically, mentally, and emotionally present for someone. It means putting your focus on someone to support them as they feel their feelings. Now, I'm just going to tell you the truth, man. I got a lot of spiritual folk around me. Got a lot of God sisters and godfathers, and this recurring theme have been coming up with me. They kept saying, man, bro, you got to feel. You got to feel. You're trying to do. You're trying to fix. You're trying to correct. You're trying to adjust. Bro, you got to get out your head, which is your safe, my safe space is in my head. Brings me much comfort to be in my head. So I'm getting prayed over and, people talking to me. And the reoccurring theme was, you've got to learn how to feel. You got to feel it. And more importantly, when you're holding space for someone else, you've got to try to, and I'm going to say it a different way, but there's a word for it. The word is empathy. You got to try to feel what they're feeling. And then not push back. See, when we even get close, even we get just a glimpse of how someone is feeling something and really going through it. When we get a glimpse of what that feels like, especially for men, ladies, call in, let me know if it's different for you. 1-800-920-1580. But for men, we go into, well, have you tried this? See, when I'm down like this, what happened with me is, what I like to do, we try to help, but in a lot of ways, we hurt. We impede their progress because we're trying to get them out of a space that they need to be in. They have to feel it. But as much as they have to feel it, the person who's holding space for them has to feel it too. And in that feeling, it cannot be about the person that's holding space. Right? We need these types of tools. We need them. Otherwise, relationships are just trips to the carnival. They're just merry-go-rounds. We're gonna go around a few times and then the ride gonna stop. For the most part. If you want the relationship to last, if you want the relationship to be meaningful, you're going to have to cultivate skills to do that. Imagine placing this concept within the minds of our legendary gangbangers here in LA. Holding space. Empathizing, being present without judgment. Imagine if gangbangers mastered the art of holding space. It's a lot of healing to be done, right? Some counterpart pieces that go with holding space. Oh, something like this. Oh, well, like practicing love and kindness. Using deep listening. When we practice deep listening, we listen not just to hear, but to comprehend, to understand. This practice goes beyond any kind of hearing that can be done with the ears. It is also a practice of listening with the heart. See, in our relationships, we need to understand hard times, difficult times are par for the course. They're going to be a part of the relationship. So instead of dreading these moments, we have to prepare like the squirrel does for winter. We have to pack our jaws with relational bedside manner tools. We gotta have some tools, right? Listen to this. What if you cultivated unconditional positive regard? Similar to loving kindness, unconditional positive regard is the practice explained by Carl Rogers, in which a person holds another person within this conscious sphere of absolute regard. That's heavy. We talking about intimate relationship, unconditional positive regard. This is the foundation of all healing therapeutic relationships. This practice rests on the knowledge that no matter what the person has done or who the person is, the listener holds them with deep respect, compassion, and positive regard. I hear you. Nzinga says, sounds nice. I know, because we're petty people. See, listen, walk with me, Nzinga. See, we so used to our pettiness, right? To our tiny little undeveloped spirits, that when we look at the pathway to healing from that, it looks almost impossible to do. It looks like an insurmountable task, a Herculean task. Like, sounds good, we ain't gonna be able to pull that off. Exactly, you won't, because the small you is saying, that's impossible. As much as we've been through, as much victimhood narratives we have told ourselves, we're not gonna, nothing's gonna change the way this is. Do you know? I won't go into that right now. Let's go deeper. Holding space means putting your mess aside. Can you do that for your partner? Can you? Can you put everything they've done and everything you've been holding on to that you wanted to say, can you put it all aside and stand with them in the face of their tempest? Or are you going to think about, once we get out of here, I'm going to finally have that conversation I've been meaning to have with you? That's not holding space. Guess what? Holding space has no expectation, right? For the one you're holding space for. They're going through it. You're their person. You're supposed to be there in solidarity and support of them. So guess what you got to do and what they have to do while they're going through their spiritual tempest, their financial tempest, their professional tempest. Guess what you got to do? It's the same thing they got to do. And you know what that is? Sit with what is. Yeesh. When we come forward, I know the callers are scared. 1-800-920-1580. Get in here. The voice of reason is cooking. Nzinga, that was like a phone call. I like that.
Yeah.
Where my phone calls? Y'all calling or not? Who's calling? Call me tonight. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. Who's calling? Y'all know who's on the line right now. Who can y'all guess that's on the line right now? Guess who's on the line on hold right now? Sean, exactly. Sean is ready. What up, y'all? What up, what up, what up, what up? Everybody hit that like button. Everybody hit that like button. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Hey, get your copy of the Shrouded Lighthouse. Y'all gonna get the Shrouded Lighthouse? Everybody who purchased yesterday, your package was shipped today. Jay Kofa bought 3 copies.
Wow.
Go to my website right now, Mr. Zoe what? Mona D, what up? Dream Luxury, Attila Phillips, Pretty Brown Mimi, 726. Nzinga. I sent your book out today too, Nzinga. MFC, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? We got Love in the building. We got Stepdaddy Johnson in the building. We got the real Stacy in the building. We got Ronald. Is this Ronald from the intro? We got Ronald Tony in the building. Lloyd Hinton is in the building. True Monger is in the building. Neek is the night is in the building. Neek, you should definitely go buy a copy of the Shrouded Lighthouse so you can get that free coaching session. An hour with me. I have a plan for you. Who else is in here? Ari Love is in the building. Y'all know that's Arabia, right? Fuck.
You ain't got to do me like that.
Just sitting in there. Regina Harris! Everybody hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Don't forget, get your copy of The Shrouded Lighthouse. The real Stacy. Unconditional positive regard. Suge Mac 510. Hey, Suge. I shipped off your package today. Everybody's package. MB 225. Bismel. Phil Brad. I'm shouting out everybody.
Don't work like that when you love somebody. Angeles National Force. Don't work like
Y'all gonna talk to me or no? Y'all gonna call in or no? That's what we doing? Cali Soul received her 3. Cali Soul got 3 copies.
Oh, wow.
Me and Cali schedule. Here we go. 60 people in here. No book sales. Come on, y'all. Support the channel. Let's go. Come on, man. My playlist is my co-host, the legendary Al Green. He said, let's stay together. Let's get that hook. Do you understand that you really can't love your partner if you're thinking about yourself? Ooh. I know you. Listen, it ain't real if you're in the equation. I know you don't want to hear it put that way. Love is not a selfish pursuit. It is not. And if you're going to walk with your partner while they are walking through flames of adversity that you can't really feel, you can glimpse it because they going through it, but you don't feel the flames licking your spirit the way their spirit is being licked by the flames, because they going through something. So as I'm delving deeper into holding space has no space for you in it if you're going to hold the space correctly. Do you understand? You got to find somebody that you love to that degree to where you can say, you know what? I'm going to sit me and my stuff down while you go through this. I'm guilty. I wasn't able to do it. I fumbled at the 2-yard line with the game on the line. I'm the dude who threw the pass instead of handing the ball off to Marshawn Lynch. I should have gave it to Lynch. He would have scored. But I'm just saying, there is no love when the I is involved. And I mean I in the sense of ego, your ego. There is no love involved. Psychologist Carl Rogers said, and it's very interesting, he said, when the other person is hurting, confused, troubled, anxious, alienated, terrified, or when he or she is doubtful of self-worth, uncertain as to identity, then understanding is called for. Did you know that holding space encompasses understanding? The only thing you don't need the details. All you gotta understand is they going through hell. And you're holding the space for them. You hear the church say it differently. They say standing in the gap. I'm gonna stand in the gap. Wow. Holding space. Oh man, it's powerful. Sean, Reno, Nevada. He's on the line. He's ready to jump in here and chime. Let's go, Sean.
Hey, brother. So what I'm hearing, you can tell me if I'm wrong. You know, look, when you are in a situation, relationship, a family situation, you already have it going on, all right? You know, and there could be one, could be a couple people, but it could be your better half or your significant other saying, you know, look, I don't want to say they're being over the top with their crisis, right? Because you can't tell someone when someone's in crisis, they're in crisis. But when they come to you with this, it doesn't mean you have to acknowledge it. And I'll tell you what, I'm not going to acknowledge any kind of, oh my God, the world's about to end kind of a thing. Because my job is to be that person, which I think you are, and I know you are, which is, look, we can problem solve this. We can figure this out together, and I'm going to be calm and cool, and we're going to make it through. It doesn't mean that it isn't going to cause more crisis, because they might be like, what do you mean? What are we going to do? We got to have this solved. Or, you know, what are you going to do? Look, the best thing you can do when you're in that position of anyone is to be that calm and cool person who's thinking. And the only reason why you can be calm and cool, by the way, Brother Zoda, is the fact that you've thought it through already. You've thought it through. You know they haven't quite, they're not thinking it. Doesn't mean you're smarter or better or anything like that. It just means that you figured out something in the problem-solving process that's going to help this crisis move forward. And they haven't been there yet. But that's why they come to you, brother. That's why they unleash the hell on you. I've had it unleashed on me. But I understand. I do. Because they're coming to you, and you should be totally feeling good about the fact that people come to you when things get bad. You know, that's like an honor. It's just not that easy for you and me, or any woman, or anyone else who has to deal with this, where they are being, you know, people are freaking out because the situation's difficult, and they come to you, whoever it is, woman, man, doesn't matter, in a relationship. They're coming to you, you know what has hit the fan, see, I didn't cuss, and you know what, we're the ones that are going to settle things down and get people back on a footing where we can solve this damn problem. That's the key to life. That is the key, balance.
Now,
you're trying to ensure balance.
Now, I will agree. Problem solving is another tool we need in a healthy relationship if we want to have one, definitely. But holding space purports that the tools that one partner may have, that the other partner who is going through something, they may need. He was saying, or the concept states that you should wait to be asked. You should be invited into the problem. Holding space is not offering solutions until it's invited to do so. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that is very important because, you know, it depends on your level of relationship with whomever or the group of people that you're dealing with. You know, if it is in my situation, you know, married a long time, you had crisis come up and got to deal with it, you know, and I'm the person everyone just like gravitates towards to deal with it. Look, I'm not going to be a fool and say I can solve this in a second.
Wait.
I'm trying to say it.
Wait.
I'm going to solve it.
Sean, stay with me. When we come forward, we going back to Reno, Nevada. Sean is bringing up some interesting things, and I want to hear your perspective. I want to know what you think. This is an open, non-judgmental conversation. What does holding space in a relationship mean anyway? Let me see if anyone has gotten a book. Hey man, take advantage. Take advantage of this coaching session. I know you guys take advantage of it daily. No book sales today. No book sales.
Who still needs to get their book?
It's a lot of people in here, and I know most of the people in here haven't gotten a book.
We should do a book read study on it. Like go through it by chapter.
Oh, you mean like a
Like a reading. Like all of it.
what is that called? A book club?
Yeah.
Everybody in the book club bought the book though.
Yeah. Well, when you buy the book, you be a part of the book club. We should go through it.
You want to do a book club party?
Yeah, we could go through the book together with you. I got my copies. I'm ready. I don't know shit. I think that'll be cool. Try it. We should do it. I know the cousins. I know we would. Yeah.
Truemonger said shrouded book club. That's boy, I almost choked, man.
That was funny.
That is funny. Shrouded book club.
I'm going, girl, you part of that shrouded book club?
You standing right next to the book club. You can't even see it because it's shrouded. What the fuck? They in there. Where the door at? It's shrouded. The shrouded book club is genius. Suge Mac 10, thank you, fam. Don't forget, everybody who purchased their book yesterday already sent out.
Put a thumbs up if y'all think we should do a book club.
He who thinks says do it on a Zoom.
Yeah, I think we should really do it. I would love to have like an open book club with you.
What did you mean right here?
I see, look out right here because I highlighted it. Yeah, girl, because I highlighted. I was like, that blew my mind. The Shrouded Book Club. That's hilarious.
Y'all funny. Ooh. Hey. Lecture 8. Lecture 8 is ugly. For real. Shrouded Lighthouse.
You ain't escape when you're sitting up, but the picture put that down and make it so well.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, brothers and sisters, let's take a long walk. many of you love to take a long walk with your significant other, but not talk? Just enjoy nature, just walking and just enjoying nature and each other's company, but not necessarily talking, right? Holding space is a lot like that. There's an ancient Chinese concept. The concept is called Wu Wei. Wu Wei. Holding space for your significant other is a lot like this concept. And this topic hits home for me personally because I'm a work in progress. I failed at effectively holding space for someone I care about. You know? And you know what I do? If I mess up, I'm going to find out where I messed up. I'm going to own it, and then I'm going to come back better. That's just my natural, proclivity, right? I do that. Wu Wei. Wu Wei is an ancient Chinese concept literally meaning, listen, literally meaning inexertion, inaction, or effortless action. Wu Wei, the concept of holding space, right, fits perfectly. It's inaction. I'm not pressing my partner to take my help. I'm not pressing my partner to listen to how my thoughts may be, maybe insightful to them at this point. Holding space is the act of leaving all your stuff on the side and practicing inexertion on your partner. I'm here. When you're ready for me to do something different, when you're ready for me to talk to you about your issue, when you're ready for me to just listen to you without judgment, when you're ready for me to just show up and be there without conversation, without expectation, without judgment. If you're ready for however you want me to show up, I'm going to flow like water and show up that way, the way you need me. Wu Wei. Inaction, effortless action. And I've seen it defined another way. Changeless change. I'm here. Do you understand? This is holding space. This is a skill set you need to develop. You want a healthy relationship. You want a happy relationship. You want to get through the hellfire that relationship has built into it, right? You got to learn how to hold space effectively. You got to learn how to say, it ain't about me in this moment. Sean, Reno, Nevada, get in here. Wrap up your thought, good brother.
Absolutely. I'll make it as quick as I can. So you did mention my brother Marshawn Lynch, the kid, and that Pete Carroll didn't give him that ball to win 2 Super Bowls in a row. And so I'll just leave that there because that's sports and stuff. The one thing he always says, and it's in his beast mode gear, stop that action. Right? Stop that action. So my point here is what you're doing when you're in a relationship, which you are obviously. I've listened so close, and I love you, Brother Zona, and I'm doing the best I can as well. People look towards you, whether you like it or not, but you doggone recognized it, and you know that people are looking for your wisdom, whether or not you want to be in that position or not. So the point is that you've got to show that doggone confidence. It's not phony. Only phony is when you tell people you have that kind of confidence, when you haven't done any homework, you're not trying to do any problem solving, you're not trying to do anything. That's phony. But when you're actually working on it as hard as you doggone can, they're looking at you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So you work your tail off, and that matters. It matters between all of your family, all the people that are looking at you when things get rough, and everyone is going to be in a bad situation. Let me just tell you, people, young folks, you're going to be in a bad situation. You want to make sure you're around people that are trying to work the problem through and do the best they can. And yes, you're going to look up to someone. And yes, Zoe, you're kicking rear end, and I'm doing my best. And that's what you do. You work your tail off, and that's what you do. You work your tail off to get the best result, and then, you have a lot of things that are out of your control after that.
Man, thank you, Sean. I appreciate it, man. You've been here since day one. Keep riding with me, Sean.
Absolutely.
You brought the Reno, Nevada in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We're on fire tonight. We're talking about holding space and how important it is for a healthy relationship. Stacy, Greensboro, North Carolina, get in here. Hey, how are you? Wait. Stacy, are you on speakerphone? Yeah, we can't hear you unless you.
I'm here.
There you go. There we go.
There we go.
All right, talk to me.
Oh my goodness. Um, I'm thinking one-sided here that a man is dealing with a woman venting.
Wait.
You know how women vent.
Wait. Hold on, Stacy, because I feel in my spirit you about to slap us upside our dome piece on our way home from Jones Beach. I can feel a slapping about to come on. Listen, hold tight. We gonna carry you forward, and when I come back, do you feel what I feel from Stacy right now?
I'm feeling it.
She's like, listen here, I'm thinking about this in a certain kind of way.
I
She about to hit us with it, man. I love it. Listen, I want you guys to understand this. Wu Wei, the principle of Wu Wei, refers to action through inaction. That sounds like, I don't know what that means. You can't, listen, you can't hold space when you're holding space for an expectation. You want the expectation to be expressed, to be manifest. You can't hold space for your partner when you're holding space, and listen to it. It's an anticipatory space. I can't wait for this expectation to come to fruition. Do you see? No, you can't hold space for someone with that secret agenda in your spirit. When we come forward, the voice of reason gonna keep cooking. The phone lines are on fire. I need to talk to the world.
About revelations.
For real?
Right? I know.
You that into the, I just watched her for like 20 seconds. She the fuck?
I'm not a child, man. I'm not a child. I used to have a ball by myself. I used to be like, you got brothers and sisters, you got to deal with them all the time. They'll never go home. This mine. This mine. Everything mine.
Why? Hey, why do people keep hanging up? Call back, whoever that was. Whoever that was, call back. Who's ever call drop, call back. True Measy, call back. True Measy, call back, bro. I need you in here on this.
What is going on here?
I see you, Mimi. You should be good. It's just that when we get around that fourth line, it start acting funny. We're on the third line. If that's true, True should be able to get back in here and be good. Yo, we got 44 people in the building. Low numbers for this show.
Oh, you know what? The game on.
Yes, the
And
game
that's
is
usually not a
on.
problem for us because we're the cool kids. We don't watch, you
We're the cool kids.
know.
That's funny. That's funny.
This coffee is good.
Has your soulmate become yourself?
Does
love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs, fantasies, and fetish?
Do it be too loud for them at any point? Do it be too loud for them
Are
at
they
any
worth
point?
the wait?
No,
Trust
they
me, this
good.
gonna be crazy.
They gotta hear.
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very
When
deep
the
topic.
bitches
How
do
is that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I was like the kid. Is there something wrong up there?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed. Hit you with the bad pipes routine. How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches the nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
So Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Perhaps you've heard the term critical conversation. Now, in many ways, all conversations are critical. I mean, come on, it's important that we listen to one another, that we hold space for each other, that we empathize with each other, that we take ownership of anything that we need to take ownership of. So in a sense, any conversation is a critical conversation. Who hasn't had a conversation with someone where you couldn't get a word in edgewise? Who hasn't had a conversation where you didn't sense that they were really concerned about what you thought, what you felt, and what you wanted? They were just so concerned about consuming all of the air in the room. And of course that feels horrible. And of course that's part and parcel of any relationship fraught with narcissistic and emotional abuse. It's part of every conflicted relationship. It's part of any relationship that has really broken bad. So the concept of holding space is really a critical one. Whether you have been victimized by emotional abuse or whether you are the perpetrator of emotional abuse, the topic of holding space is absolutely critical. Now, what do I mean by holding space? I mean, literally, there's this space between you and this other person. And it needs to be cherished. It needs to be seen as a sacred space. It's a sacred coming together. It means that when I sit with you, I listen to you. I care about what you have to say. I'm listening for what's alive in you. I'm listening for what you might want from me. I'm listening for what you might want from the world. I care about what is stirring inside of you. And conversely, I hope you care about what's stirring inside of me. What am I feeling? What do I want? What do I need? And so a healthy relationship is one in which we both hold the space. We lessen any distractions. We engage with each other. We're interested in each other, we care about each other, and much like a game of tennis where we're hitting the ball back and forth, so is a healthy interaction. Imagine the game of tennis where you hit the ball and the other person...
Ooh, ooh, hey Andy, what is that brother's name, man?
Hawkins.
That's Dr. David Hawkins. That's the clip. Man, didn't sound like Dr. David R. Hawkins. I sent you the clip. I know who Dr. David R. Hawkins is. Andy, what'd you do with Dr. David R. Hawkins?
I closed it.
Nah, he was cooking. Holding space is a sacred space. Wow. Holding space is a sacred space. Don't get holding space confused with tolerating what your partner is going through. I can't wait until she get over whatever the hell she going through. Sweet baby Ray's barbecue sauce. We've been going through this long enough. When you gonna get better? 1-800-920-1580. Sometimes our spirits yell out like that. Woo! Here we go. Stacy, Greensboro, North Carolina. Get in here and lay this out for me. Stacy?
Unconditional positive regard. So.
Yeah, unconditional positive regard. That's what I said.
So important. Self-awareness and listening and knowing that, like you said, holding the space means you got to let go of your emotions of what the other person is saying and take yourself out of it first. Me personally, if I was going through something and my man just took a deep breath with me and was like, whew, dang. And take the blame out, it's kind of complicated because if someone's coming at you in the wrong way, then you may take the blame, but you have to take the blame out automatically, and so you can listen and not respond. And not respond negatively. You made an important point about if it's abusive, you still have to approach it the same way. If it's not abusive, you listen, you take a deep breath, and then just ask, what would you like me to do? Right now, in this moment, how can I help you? Don't offer a solution, especially when you're dealing with a woman. We want to be heard, we talk all over the place, and then we make the point eventually, what would you like me to do? How would you like me to help you? And there really can be no backlash. It's harder to have backlash when someone listens to you and they, all right, what do you want me to do? I had another point. I do have your book already, but to paraphrase, the true purpose of a relationship is to reveal and come to know your innermost being and your ability to listen objectively and actively, your limits of personal accountability, and your willingness to remain calm in a heated moment. If everyone had a copy of your book, especially in a relationship, then you've already been reading, and you can just sit there and be like, you know what? Zoe said in the Shrouded Lighthouse, I'm going to go ahead and listen real quick. Listen. And then I'm going to respond from a space of not even necessarily understanding, because you don't have to understand. But just be like, okay, I'm sorry you're going through that right now. What can I do?
Stacy, let me just say two things. No one has ever read my book back to me. That sounded wonderful. Thank you so much. And then, secondarily, I'm mad because I wrote those words. And in the moment of truth, when I was supposed to hold space in the exact same way that I wrote it, I fumbled at the 2-yard line and lost the Super Bowl. I'm mad right now because I wrote that. It's not funny.
You got emotionally involved.
I got so caught up in trying to fix and help and do all this other stuff, I forgot what I'm supposed to be doing. Sister, thank you, Stacy. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for calling in and sharing that with me.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. The phone lines are starting to jump and really get going. But see, my woman kind of taught me this indirectly. Like, yo, she kind of taught me the holding space piece. You know, I don't do things haphazardly. Everything I do is a bit calculated. You know, in terms of the topics and how I want to build them and build the discussions. I have been sitting on this topic for months because I was wrestling with holding. Why is everybody's phone dropping? I'm getting ready to go to certain people and their lines are dropping. Anyway, she indirectly taught me about holding space. And what I discovered, the expectation, the frustration, what you're not getting, all of that stuff. This is what I discovered about me. It might resonate with you, but this is what I discovered about me. I said, Zoe, you cannot bring Dukkha into the space you're holding. Dukkha, Sanskrit word, Pali word, dukkha, commonly translated as suffering, pain, unhappiness, unsatisfactoriness, unease, craving, grasping, ignorance. Du, the suffix, it means bad. Ka means, the prefix du means bad. The suffix ka means space. Bad space. Holding space. You cannot hold space with junk, with suffering, with pain, with unhappiness, with disappointment. You just can't do it. You've contaminated what Dr. David R. Hawkins called in the clip we came in with. You've contaminated the sacred space with expectations, with unfulfillment, with disappointment. She taught me that. I was like, I'm the devil. That's how I looked at it. I'm sorry. I'm the devil. Mimi from Jacksonville, Florida, get in here.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Right after call.
How are you now?
I am just blown away by Stacy's call. I could totally relate to that. Totally. And I've come to learn that I haven't been holding space properly. I thought because I'm a woman, and women, we are naturally nurturers, You know, we're feminine, we're emotional, we talk a lot, we share our feelings and our emotions. And during the chat, I said, I tend to attract emotionalist men. And I'm drawn to emotionalist men. You know, I look at the outside, and if you're tall or red or you're chocolate or whatever, I see the outside. But I realized that not all, but some of them were just emotionalists. I'm not saying they didn't have emotions, but they were men. They were hard. They were strong black men, being what society said they had to be, hard providers. And, we're paying the bills, the loving is good, and that's all I need to bring to you. And I just found that I was just talking, sharing my thoughts, sharing my feelings, and I wasn't getting it back. And I said, well, what am I doing wrong? Because if I'm sharing myself with my man like this, why isn't he sharing himself back with me? So I'm not sure how to hold space properly anymore. At all, really.
So, what are the definitions that we outlined at the beginning of the show in the first hour and throughout that hour? What did they mean to you? Now, before you answer, hold tight. As we come forward, we're going to come back and we're going to allow Mimi to gather her thoughts on that question, and then we're going to get deeper.
The reasons why we fear disappear. Do 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 do.
Yo, we up. Hey, Andy, damn them Lakers.
What happened? Y'all got close with no cigar? What happened?
No, they won.
Oh.
The Lakers won, right? Oh, that was a loss?
When, today or yesterday?
Yeah!
Damn.
Wait a minute. I read that shit wrong. Oh!
Oh, dyslexic.
Womp, womp,
When
womp,
they play?
womp. Huh? Today.
Against the... Did they win the game the other night?
No.
They lost 2 in a row?
Yes.
So they make it this far and not even be able to hold their own. Girl, y'all better... Woo, y'all better stop it. Them Lakers, y'all better...
Hey.
Who they playing against?
Hey, Andy. Andy said, I don't hear you. All right. We got no book sales. I'm not gonna promote the book anymore. We're only at $26.98. I believe that, man, motherfuckers must not have liked this topic, but I believe this was probably one of the better topics. I believe it was. Maybe I'm crazy. All right, cool. We had $26.98, 20 minutes into the second hour, and no support. Well, very little support. The people who have supported, I thank you. I've seen a few people drop some twos and fews in there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, you may be holding memories and emotions of someone else in your life that was that way. I tend to repeat and worsen over time when it is not healed inside you, Mimi. Thank you. Yeah.
Coming live in 20 seconds. Playing the last clip.
Okay, cool. It's the end of the week, so I'm gonna go home and lay down.
Sometimes we can seek realization so deeply that we kind of focus on what truth is instead of focusing on how truth moves. And in the work I like to offer, the reason I call it heart-centered consciousness is because rather than get tripped up on what truth knows, I like to have us explore how truth moves. And when truth moves alive within us, it moves as the way of love, compassion, and unity.
In a time of divisiveness, where it often seems like it's very hard to get people on opposite sides of an issue to really stop, listen, and take each other's perspective, Matt Kahn has come out with a new book, All for Love, The Transformative Power of Holding Space. What's beautiful is that he teaches holding space for our own experiences and the experiences of each other as an art form we can learn how to master, an art form that makes us everyday healers, both for ourselves and in our relationship with others. Come listen to Matt Kahn, All for Love, at Sounds True 1.
I had to play that promo, Matt Kahn's book. Because of that key piece. We want somebody to hold space for us. But as with everything, if the relationship is a mirror, you got to learn how to hold space for yourself. When you're not in a relationship, this is why holding space is so important. When you're not in an external relationship, or what I'd like to call a mirrored relational environment. When you're not in an external relationship, you still have your internal relationship going on. And you have to hold space for that. You got to learn how to do that. Man, this is heavy, man. Mimi, Jacksonville, you ready to answer my question?
I am ready to answer your questions.
All right, we listening. Let's go.
Can you please repeat the question?
Then you're not ready.
I am ready, but I just... Can you please repeat the questions, though?
Oh, Lord. Okay, yes. The question I asked you was, did you listen to our definition for what holding space was in the previous hour? That's what I asked.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And what was your issue, Mimi? You talked about this man and who you attracting. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And are you holding space for toxic people? Let's just get right to it.
Yes.
Why?
Because I don't want to be alone.
Let's go back, because I gave you the answer for this already. So let's go back to dukkha. The Sanskrit word dukkha. D-U-K-K-H-A. Dukkha. Commonly translated as suffering, pain, unhappiness. This is an important concept in Buddhism, Jainism, and Hinduism. Right? Its meaning depends on the context and may refer more specifically to the unsatisfactoriness or unease of mundane life when driven by craving, grasping, and ignorance. I don't want to be alone. Dukkha. What you can't bring into the holding space environment, which is sacred, according to Dr. David R. Hawking, it's sacred. We contaminate it when we bring our expectations. When we bring our fears. When we bring our listen, let me tell you something. Earlier, I gave you the definition of Wu Wei. Right? You remember Wu Wei? Do you remember? Y'all met once before, right? You and Wu Wei?
I don't remember.
So you don't remember the Wu Wei concept either?
She been sipping or
You're
something.
so, you don't know. You're so enchanting. I don't always remember every single thing that you say.
What am I, a wizard? So, all right. So I'll come back. Wu Wei. Okay. Here you go. The principle of Wu Wei refers to action through inaction. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Now I do.
Now you do.
Yes. I'm being honest. Yes.
It's all good. Wu Wei is an ancient Chinese concept, literally meaning inexertion, inaction, or effortless action. It doesn't mean not doing anything, it means doing it without the filter, listen, of expectation, doing it while being in the moment. Eckhart Tolle made millions of dollars off of the power of now. That is a concept that is steeped deeply in the Wu Wei concept. Effortless action. In other words, no expectation.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm gonna give you this clarity, and then I'm open for questions.
Okay.
Expectation, especially when they're unrealistic, are the seeds of dukkha, i.e., disappointment. Woo. Are you with me now? You following me?
Yeah.
All right.
I believe so, yeah.
All right, now you gotta hang on with me because we gotta go forward one more time. But when we come forward, I hope Mimi is on the same page with me. Thank you for that. Hey, Mimi, thank you for the compliment. Mimi said, you're so enchanting. I feel Gandalf the Beige. Yes, that's what they called me, Gandalf.
Not the beige.
I'm Gandalf the Beige. We got 70 people in here. I'm happy that you guys showed up.
Cook candy.
Everything is hard to hold. Do you know it gets easier when you say to yourself, everything is hard to hold? Okay. There are people waking up at 60 years old going to get their masters. My uncle, he's 70 something. Didn't get his master until he was 50 something. Listen, everything has a degree of difficulty. Now what? To me, I feel like it's just, when you say it's hard, I feel like it's low key an excuse. Okay, everything is hard. So what? Let's do it.
So what? Let's do it.
Let's do it. Spirituality does not work on the same time frame as a microwave. See, that microwave done spoiled your ass. Processed food has spoiled you. You used to shit just being already done, prepped, wrapped up. All you got to do is cut off the cellophane, throw it in for 65, 90 seconds. Boom, it's there. It's not how it works. Spirituality does not work like that. Why y'all bothering me? I'm not on edibles or Tylenol. I'm just sleepy. And I have a slurry voice, y'all. Okay, leave her alone. She's good. The Lakers lost tonight. I was thinking the Lakers won.
I tell you, they did all that blowing out GS what just to get nowhere fast. God, they so whack. People don't like me. I be telling the truth. What was all the hype about? I really hope they didn't do all that just to.
So
How many more games they got? For who they play now? I forgot.
they're playing Denver. You know, I got an uncle named LeBron.
Really?
I do. I do. I have an uncle named LeBron.
So they had LeBrons back in the day. LeBron.
LeBron, an old nigga name.
LeBron.
Hey, LeBron. LeBron.
I do not want no problems with no LeBron.
Hey, LeBron, bring Pop-Pop's Tabasco sauce. It's in his glove compartment in the truck.
You keep all the LeBrons.
No, my mother had a brother named LeBron.
My mother had a brother named LeBron.
Hey, LeBron. Go into the garage and go in the refrigerator, go into the freezer, and bring those popsicles.
Bring them popsicles, Lord.
The kid's about to come over here and have an Easter egg hunt. That's right. Uncle named LeBron.
Uncle
Hey, Brown.
Yeah, I was supposed to say Uncle Brown.
Go get Brown. Brown, show you how to do it. Oh, man. My Uncle LeBron was actually cool, though. He was a cool dude.
He was a cool dude.
Yeah. Tavares, tell LeBron I said bring my lighter. Yeah, we stopped leaving. That's what it looked like. We stopped leaving messages on the podcast. Ain't nobody leaving messages. No more 5-star reviews.
Live in 30.
Live in 30. Here we go. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, brothers and sisters, it's a Thursday night in Los Angeles, Leimert Park. The nighttime is still. Relationships are just getting into their homes. People sitting down. They've watched the game. They might be a little frustrated with the outcome. But they're holding space for the Lakers. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason returns to KBLA Talk 1580. We on fire tonight. I just did that for Andy. Andy in there, he won't even look at me. He's smirking. He's smirking right now. We got to hold space for the Lakers, right? We holding space in our hearts. We must be empathetic. Listen, any team with LeBron on it, I believe those astronomical beliefs like Lakers in 7. That is not out of the realm of possibility. Not because he's a hooper. I mean, he's a great hooper, no question. He's an extraordinary hooper. Absolutely. But when the league is helping, okay, that's enough. Don't bring me in here, man. He hooping though. He hooping. Now listen, you can't say he ain't hooping now. Well, neither was the big boy. Okay, now get out your feelings, Andy. Andy is expressing his feelings. Mimi, I hope you're ready. I hope you ready to answer my question. Now that I've walked you through Wu Wei and holding space, we were talking about you holding space for toxic people. And I asked you, why do you do that? Mm-hmm. That's a question. You want me? I'll remind you of your initial answer, which was you don't want to be lonely. Then I went into explaining Dukkha to you and how you can't bring disappoint and expectations and fear and ego, and you can't bring all that stuff into the sacred space. Now I'm asking another question. Why do you think you bring those things into the sacred space, Mimi?
That's a really good question. I honestly don't know.
Okay, let me do it this way because you want to play. I don't want to play with you right now.
I'm not. I'm being sincere with you.
I believe it. Watch this. Tyrone Trigg said because she's toxic and don't know it. Now, my question is, do you perceive yourself as toxic, Mimi?
No.
You don't want to? No.
Yes, I am toxic. Yes, I'm gonna be.
Now
I'm gonna be honest.
There we go. Come on, let's hug that inner child. Why?
Why am I toxic?
Yes.
Why am I toxic?
I'm saying, what happened? What did you go through? What haven't you healed from? Talk to us.
Okay, what haven't I healed from? Not having the best relationship with my dad.
Beautiful. See, that's beautiful, sister. That's beautiful. Now, where is your dad? Is he alive? If he is, are you still in contact with him? Talk to me.
No, my dad, he passed away, and things were got better, but they weren't. They were better than they were before, but they weren't great. And so, no.
A lot of things went unsaid with you and your dad, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And now that he's gone, you feel like those lessons that could have been learned are now they're not accessible to you.
That's true. I agree with that. And I bring that into my relationships, wanting to get answers from my partner that I could not get from my dad.
Right. So, here's the thing. There's a couple of pieces here. There's a forgiveness piece, and then there's a letting go piece that are big, right? And it's funny that we had, and not funny, but it's interesting, serendipitous, that we had the clip from Dr. David R. Hawkins, the author of Power versus Force. So I really think you should get his book called Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender. But it's not about letting go of your dad or letting go of negative relationships. It's more about letting go of negative ideas and thoughts and patterns that you have. And more importantly, definitions. How we define what we've been through actually helps concretize the environments that we walk through, that we live through. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So,
May I ask you one question?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sorry. I'll wait for you to finish.
No, go ahead. Yeah, I done forgot already.
Okay.
I'm old like that. It happens.
You were talking about earlier expectations, unhealthy expectations.
Yes.
Holding space for myself, holding space for my partner.
Mm-hmm.
Is it unrealistic for me to want my partner to hold space for me?
If you have an expectation for a work in progress who has done no work on himself, who hasn't conquered any internal wars within himself, if you place an expectation on that person, are you not a co-creator of your own dukkha, of your own misery?
Okay, I see what you mean. So I have to work on myself first before I can want the mirror.
Let's say it this way. You can't get what you haven't earned.
Okay.
You earn it internally and you get it externally. So, let me say it another way. You earn it internally and you attract it externally. Do you see that?
Yes.
So stop trying to skip the line and get the taco snack. You're not going to have the man taco snack until you become the snack. You understand?
So in order to get a snack, I have to become a snack.
That's right, child.
Okay.
We learning this evening. Girl, you better pour some flavor on yourself. Come on. Season up your spirit. That's all. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Get ready. We appreciate you, Mimi. Jacksonville, Florida in the building because of Mimi. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call us at 1-800-920-1580. We on fire tonight, or hey, when I come forward, you know I'm going to have one of my best callers, my favorite friends on the line, man. True Monger from Dallas, Texas. When we come forward, True Measy gonna drop the beezy.
True Measy gonna drop the beezy. What's the taco snack? What's a taco snack? I'm trying to get you a taco snack. What's a taco snack?
Come on, Pastor Zoe.
That's funny.
Hey, we 70 people deep. We got 33.97. We got about 14 minutes left in the show. Great call, Mimi. Great call. Great call. Hey, can I get everybody to support the channel? Can everybody drop $5 right now? Let's get a $5 run. We're at $33. Can that $5 run take us to $120? Can we do it right now? We just need everybody to do it. Just hit the $sign at the bottom of the super chat and drop $5. Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? taco snack. She said, yes, because I'm delicious.
I gotta become the snack. That was me. I didn't realize I was the toxic one until about 8 people later. It was like, oh, it's me.
It's
It's
you.
me. It's me. Okay. It's me.
That's right.
All these people ain't lying.
Cali Soul started it off.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cali. Cali. Denver, Colorado. Did you ever want to be a bodybuilder? No. I'm a basketball player. On my ass. Thank you. T. Ross. Thank you. We
I'm a
rolling.
basketball player.
We're at 45.94. Come on. Let's keep it rolling. Everybody, thank everybody for jumping in on that super chat. Call to action. Call to action. Roll call. Let's do it.
Mimi, you're too cute. Thank you, Callie Soul.
Hey, Mimi was a good call.
Mimi's always a good call.
Shout out to Cali Soul.
I be relating to her, girl. I didn't know I was toxic either, girl.
August Lady 77. Shout her out. I'm shaving tomorrow.
Look, I got my scarf on, Lord ghetto today. Just
Yeah, I see. Just everything. Just what in the hell?
Check out these 3 facts. Residential tenants can't
Now get my girl loose, okay? Look at the woo up.
protection still exists for unpaid rental debt due before March 31st, 2023. You have 5 days to respond to an eviction.
Arabia.
Oh, them some pretty lips, Callie. So I see them lips. And sexy lips. You wanted to be a bodybuilder, though?
Y'all know that playlist is crazy. You never know what I'm gonna play. You never know what I'm gonna lay on you. The voice of reason is on fire tonight. Tonight's topic has been absolutely amazing. These are the type of discussions we have to have, man. How to develop a 5-star relational bedside manner. A riveting look at the concept of holding space for your significant other while they process hardship, man. Relational bedside manner. Mastering the ability to hold space. You want your relationship to last. You want a deeper, stronger, more meaningful bond. You got to learn this technique. You got to learn this technique. And part of this technique is leaving your stuff over there when you're holding space for someone you care about. You understand? I know it's difficult to wrap your head around right now, but trust me. You'll thank me later. Where's my people at? I got to get Truemonger in here. True Measy from Dallas, Texas, man. Get in here.
Yes, sir.
What's up, brother? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic, my friend?
Oh, man. It's, things go through on a daily basis, just never considered it. I've done this without thinking about it in most of my relationships. I always put myself to the side to focus on my partner's issues more than discussing my own. I would tend to like know what's going on with me, always trying to find solutions to it and not And if I did talk about it, I didn't talk about it too often. I would bring it up a few times and then I would look for solutions. And that would tend to bother them because I didn't constantly talk about the same stuff over and over again. I'm not that kind of person. I might mention something a few times and then after that, I'm not going to talk about it because I'm trying to find solutions to resolve it. Now, when I'm going through something, it seemed like it was never reciprocated. It seemed like they would listen just to get their turn and put the focus back on them instead of hearing what I'm telling them or just brushing what I'm telling them to the side. So it would get to the point where I just wouldn't talk. I just wouldn't talk about what I'm dealing with or what I may be going through. I would just know what it is and try to resolve it. Because it felt like what I was saying to them didn't matter. So if that's the case, why am I going to keep talking? If when I'm telling you, just going over your head, you're dismissing it, and it really doesn't matter what you're going through if you're not getting a result. What I'm going through if you're not getting the results or the expectations that you want.
So let's peel it.
I'm not going to keep talking.
So let's peel it back a little bit. True.
Okay.
You feel like you being there to help them is not appreciated. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Again, much like Mimi, you brought dukkha or disappoint into, because remember, dukkha literally means bad space. You brought bad space into the practice of holding space via an expectation, the expectation of acknowledgement. Acknowledge the value that I'm bringing to you in your time of need. Does that make sense?
Well, I wasn't really looking for acknowledgement because, like I said, it was just a habit of mine.
But
so I would recognize that they weren't listening.
So let me go back.
So I was just acting accordingly.
Let me go. Did it disappoint you?
I think a stronger word would be more. It peed me off. I can't say the other word on here.
Listen, it's connected. It's connected to more than what you're giving it. True.
Right.
Otherwise, it don't matter. Right. So it's connected to more than what you're giving it. You know, now we saw Mimi struggle for a moment to say that she was toxic. And these are perfect examples of how hard it is to really face ourselves down and say, nah, the reality of it is, if I'm helping you, I want you to acknowledge that the help is useful. That you and all I'm saying is that can't be a part of holding space for someone.
And then I guess this disappointment is because you're thinking that person is actually has your back and is there for you. But in many cases, it seems like they're there for the idea of you, for the image they have in their head of you, not the actual person.
Right.
Once they don't get the results they're looking for, they tune out.
I got a great question for you, True.
Okay.
And it's for everybody, but True's on the line. Can you give your partner what they need without any feeling or any expectation of being paid back or being acknowledged? Can you selflessly give when your partner is in their time of need? Answer me that.
Yeah.
Of course you can now, but I'm saying you had to.
At the time I was going through it, I didn't. It felt like I was a little selfish because if I felt like I wasn't being heard, I would internalize and just keep it moving.
And look, we're uncovering more. What is internalizing and not talking? Stonewalling, avoiding. All of these are tactics in communication that creates conflict. Yes or no?
Yes.
So you can't stand in the gap if you have all of these silent contracts and demands going on. You can't. Make sense?
Right. Yes, it does.
Man, I love my brother Truemonger. Hey, man, thank you so much for calling in. Thank you for waiting on the line. Thank you for getting your point across. I appreciate you. And you know I love to go back and forth with you. Truemonger, Dallas, Texas is in the building because of you. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We on fire tonight. And I mean, we are literally on fire. These concepts that I'm bringing to you guys, right? You're gonna have to change the way you do relationships. I know the old way has got you to a certain point in your life, but listen, if you want to make it to the next level of happiness, of stability, right? Of sukha, the opposite of dukkha. Su, the prefix means good, pleasant. Ka, space, good space. If you want to learn how to cultivate bringing good space into your life, maybe you should start practicing how to sit with your feelings. Can you sit with your feelings without judgment? Can you acknowledge that you are feeling something? We tapped into it a little bit tonight. Mimi gave us some, True gave us some. It's difficult to say, oh man, this is who I am. Dang, I'm like this. So you got to learn how to acknowledge that you are feeling something in the first place. You got to name and identify the feeling. You got to notice where you are feeling it. You got to breathe. You got to practice self-compassion. If you can do some of these things, trust me, you're going to learn how to create space. I started the conversation. It's your job to finish it. Up next, my brother Danny Morrison going to jump in here and keep the flames heated. The voice of reason on fire. I'll see y'all next week.
We are young.
Shit was lit. Show was dope.
Too fire. Got too much sauce. Yeah, that's too much sauce.
Fire show tonight. Appreciate everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love y'all. I'll holla back.